Good Friday evening, June 6th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. An East Wenatchee man is dead from a Thursday vehicle crash north of Seattle. Free financial aid information sessions are being offered next week around north central Washington to help families and students navigate the process. Expect near record high temperatures Sunday and Monday with cooler and windy weather next week. Your full local weather forecast is coming up. Forest Service roads and trails in the Upper Icicle Valley have already been shut down amid the manhunt for Travis Decker. Now the closure is expanding to include areas around the remote village of Stehekin and North Cascades National Park. The Okanagan County Sheriff's Office is warning its residents that Decker may be traveling along or near the Pacific Crest Trail, the 2,600-mile hiking corridor that reaches from Canada to Mexico. Decker is wanted in the murder of his 3 young daughters found dead Monday in the Upper Icicle Valley outside Leavenworth. Authorities say Decker, a military veteran and experienced outdoorsman, may have traveled into the Cascades after committing the crime. While law enforcement searches for him, the public is now barred from accessing the Pacific Crest Trail anywhere within the North Cascades Park complex. The closure includes Stehekin Valley Road and practically all trailheads beyond the village. Travis Caleb Decker is 32 years old, 5 feet 8 inches tall, with black hair and brown eyes. Last seen wearing a light-colored shirt and dark shorts. Anyone seeing him is urged to call 911 immediately and not to approach him. Friends of bereaved mother Whitney Decker thanked the community for supporting her and said the family hopes for changes to the Amber Alert system, which was not deployed after her 3 daughters went missing on May 30th. Amy Edwards and Mark Belton gave a statement to the media Thursday on behalf of the extended Decker family, who are grieving after the murders of 5-year-old Olivia, 8-year-old Evelyn, and 9-year-old Peyton. They read their statement at the makeshift shrine that has sprung up this week in Wenatchee's Memorial Park. A GoFundMe campaign to support Whitney Decker after the loss of her daughters has now surpassed $1 million.
To our community, the Wenatchee Valley, thank you. The outpouring of love, generosity, and support has been overwhelming, not only here in the Wenatchee Valley, but from the communities around the world. We are deeply moved and profoundly grateful. Seeing everyone come together and unite in support of this family has been humbling, and it reminds us of what makes the Wenatchee Valley so special. That compassion has been a source of light in this dark hour.
This valley helped nurture the creativity, confidence, and joy that Peyton and Evelyn and Olivia shined so brightly. Whether it was performing on stage with Short Shakespeareans and Music Theater of Wenatchee, dancing with the Fabulous Feet Dance Studio, playing sports, or walking the halls of Lincoln Elementary, their laughter, curiosity, and spirit left a mark on all of us. They were the kind of children that everyone rooted for, looked forward to seeing, and held close in their hearts. They are cherished, not just by the family, but by our entire community who watched them grow, perform, learn, and love. We ache with the love we still carry for them, and we always will.
Whitney is living every parent's worst nightmare. The hole in her heart is immeasurable. There are no words that can capture the weight of this loss. Right now, she's surrounded by friends, family, and neighbors doing everything they can to hold her up.
To the media, we ask for grace at this time. Whitney is grieving the unimaginable. Should she not have to do so under a spotlight? Please allow her the space and privacy and compassion that she deserves. Your restraint is a true act of humanity, and we appreciate it. We are focused on fully cooperating with investigators so that Travis Decker is found, apprehended, and brought to justice. This case is ongoing, and all legal updates will come from law enforcement.
The generosity we've seen from right here in the Wenatchee Valley and nationwide has not only brought comfort during this heartbreaking time, it also sparked some important conversations. We're talking about how we raise awareness and advocate for improvements to the Amber Alert system. and how we address and expand access to mental health resources for veterans, especially in the context of family and custody cases. While nothing can undo this tragedy, we're hopeful that these conversations will lead to change that honor Peyton, Olivia, and Evelyn's memory.
We end with a message shared by mothers all across the world. When one mother cries, we all cry and hold her in our heart. Thank you for holding Whitney in your hearts now.
Thank you.
Is there anything that people watching can do to help in any way?
So there is a group, and we ask that they look that up on Facebook, where they can see ways that they can support this movement. We'll take no further questions. Thank you.
Thank you all.
The GoFundMe almost hit $1 million. What do you guys think of that?
An East Wenatchee man is dead from a Thursday vehicle crash north of Seattle. It happened just prior to 4 a.m. on State Highway 525 near the Interstate 5 on-ramp in Linwood. The Washington State Patrol says 65-year-old Matthew C. Connolly was killed when his 2008 Toyota Highlander left the roadway. He was southbound when he lost control and struck the left guardrail, then spun across both lanes to hit the right-hand guardrail as well. Connolly was pronounced dead at the scene. Troopers say the precise cause of the accident is under investigation. One of the motorists injured last Friday in a three-car accident on Highway 97A near the Knapps Hill Tunnel has succumbed to his injuries. 37-year-old Darren A. Reyes of Eniat was the driver of a 2020 Chevrolet Equinox. The Washington State Patrol says Reyes crossed the center line and collided with two other vehicles about 7:30 p.m. that night. Reyes died Thursday at Harborview Medical Center in Seattle, where he'd been airlifted for hospital care. Although the cause of the accident is still under investigation, the State Patrol reports they believe drugs or alcohol was a factor. When we come back, the Washington Department of Ecology is expanding its declared drought emergency to include some normally wet areas of western Washington. And tomorrow, Pybus Public Market in Wenatchee unveils its railcar entertainment stage this weekend. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Call Alpine Air Heating and Cooling today. Your comfort is their priority.
Central Washington Water understands the power of healing waters. If part of your wellness routine includes hot heat from a sauna, Central Washington Water now carries indoor and outdoor infrared and hot rock saunas by Tilo. Research shows there are many health benefits to a cold plunge after a good workout or relaxing time in your sauna. Harness the power of water in a hot spring spa, plug-and-play spas, a Tilo sauna, or a cold plunge tub. Stop by Central Washington Water, your wellness experts.
The joys of sitting in traffic, burning gas, donating your paycheck to parking enforcement. Or you could join us this June for Ride Transit Month. On Link, you ride for free, anytime, anywhere. Plus, Link's electric buses run on clean local hydropower. Thanks, Columbia River. So while you're saving some cash, you're also saving a planet. So hop on board Link for Ride Transit Month. Stress-free, wallet-friendly, eco-smart.
The Washington Department of Ecology is expanding its declared drought emergency to include some normally wet areas of western Washington. The Yakima Basin was the first area affected, along with parts of Chelan and Okanagan counties. The new map issued Thursday touches most of Snohomish, King, and Pierce counties. Ecology Director Casey Sixkiller made the original drought declaration in April.
At that time, we could see trouble on the horizon in the Puget Sound region and the Central Cascades, but we also knew we had a slim chance for spring weather to bring more rain. Unfortunately, we didn't get what we needed, so here we are. April and May were both unusually dry. Instead of getting a final shot of snowpack to see us through the summer, we saw what snow we had melt much earlier and faster than normal. It actually melted as much as 33 days earlier than it usually does. By late May, the writing was on the wall and we knew it was time to take action.
Okanagan County's Fire Advisory Committee has announced that burn restrictions have been moved up from June 15th to today due to high temperatures forecast for this weekend. The burning of all outdoor brush and vegetation is prohibited until October 15th. However, recreational campfires and charcoal barbecues are still permitted, but not within 25 feet of any structure or combustible material. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, we will tell you about Nature's Window, a museum of wildlife history and art in Lake Chelan. An excessive heat watch is in effect Sunday through Tuesday with record high temperatures possible. I'll have all the details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Welcome to the summer of good. Good people, good taste, good vibes, and good, well, everything. When you're ready for some old-fashioned good, Abby's is your place. We've been celebrating summers around the PNW for over 60 years. At Abby's, good is a legendary tradition. Here's a good-looking pizza, guaranteed to bring some summer smiles. And right now, it's on sale, so it's good for your wallet too. This giant is loaded with toppings and can feed up to 6 people. Order at abbys.com. Give us a call or just drop by. It's the summer of good, only at Abby's Legendary Pizza.
Between juggling groceries, preparing meals, and lending a helping hand, you're a hero without a cape. But who's there to support you? Aging and Adult Care honors caregivers like you, the relatives, friends, and neighbors, helping loved ones remain safely at home. Aging and Adult Care offers chore services, respite, personal care, and more. Serving Chelan, Douglas, Grant, Lincoln, Adams, and Okanagan counties, call Aging and Adult Care at 1-800-572-4459 for caregiver support.
Nature's Window. It's a museum of wildlife, natural history, and art. It was founded near Lake Chelan in 2023 by Shannon and Chris Kohlmeyer and now boasts nearly 150 taxidermy specimens displayed in lifelike exhibits. In tonight's feature story, NCWLIFE's Casey Safford spoke with Shannon to learn more about the museum's start and what makes its large taxidermy collection so unique.
So, Shannon, go ahead and tell us about how the idea for this museum first began.
Well, about 3 years ago, we were looking for a place to donate our collection to, and we contacted museums around the Northwest and universities, both Washington, the Burke Museum, and Washington State, the Connor Museum, and none of the schools had room for them. So we didn't want to break up the collection, and we decided to go ahead and form a museum here in Chelan, and it's a 501c3 nonprofit, and we donated the collection to the museum. Well, this is a collection of over 50 years of taxidermy specimens. So the first one was the mountain goat that I took up Lake Chelan in 1973. And all these animals are so spectacular that we just wanted to have them preserved and life-size so people could enjoy them.
All right, so how many taxidermy specimens does the museum hold now?
We have probably close to 150.
And I understand that the displays list the information about each animal as far as where it was taken and the year it was taken, is that correct?
Yeah, we have conservation information about each species that's listed in the posters for, you can see the signs around that identify the animals, what, how many there are, what their habitat is, what their food sources are, and what their status is.
Do you have a personal favorite specimen here, whether from your own collection or one that's been donated since you've been?
No, I really don't. They're all pretty special.
Please walk us through the process of getting other taxidermy collections donated. Did you seek people out personally, or when you opened, were you approached by other people?
We were approached by other people. Yeah.
All right, and then tell us who did the murals behind all these exhibits here.
Well, we researched quite extensively around the West for a taxidermy company that could do the habitat the way we wanted. So each species is in its diorama with the correct habitat, and the background murals depict the habitat as well. And so we worked with several companies and came up with Monarch Taxidermy out of Helena, Montana, who managed the construction of the museum dioramas. And they have worked with a number of artists, but have two that they've used pretty extensively. The one fellow, Rich Marks, he's from Michigan, and the lady that works with him, Becca Allen, is from North Carolina. And so they were here working about 4 months on, I think we have 17 different large murals.
All right, so do you have any plans for new exhibits to be added in the near future?
We will be adding and changing over time as the opportunity comes our way.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you ended this week on a positive note. Really positive weather-wise if you like the warmer than normal temperatures. And look at this beautiful shot from our Billy Goat tower camera up in Okanagan County. Just a fantastic shot of the Methow River converging with the Columbia. And of course, you can see Brewster here, Pateros right here, all the way up into Canada. That right there, Mount Kalispell, up on the Canadian border. So just a fantastic day today. A little on the breezy side for most of us, but still awfully nice day. And if you like hot weather, you're going to like this forecast. As we get you into the weekend, we're talking temperatures in the mid-90s for almost all of us tomorrow. And then by Sunday, we are going to be in the upper 90s here in the Wenatchee Valley to near 100. I think we could get there on Monday, 105 even possible for some locations. That will most likely be our record-setting day, and then we'll begin a slow cool down as we get into Tuesday, but it's still going to be hot, also breezy, with highs then even still in the low to mid-90s. So we've got a pretty good heat wave coming our way beginning tomorrow. Today, I guess it could almost begin today, 89 unofficially our high temperature. That's 13 degrees above where we should be. 76 is normal for this time of year. 101 our record high temperature set in 2016, 68 degrees. Can you believe that? That was our low temperature this morning. 53 is where we should be for a normal low, and our record low 44 set in 2005. Sunrise 5:05, and the sun sets tonight at 8:54. All right, getting you into the weekend, and boy, it's going to be hot as I mentioned. Look at these temperatures. Most of us low 90s, maybe even some mid 90s. Moses Lake, Freda, Quincy at 93. Wenatchee, we will see 93 tomorrow. 92 for Eniat and Chelan. Omak a little cooler at 91. Leavenworth, you're going to see hot temperatures tomorrow at 91. And you folks in Kashmir as well. High temperature tomorrow of 92 degrees. Tonight we can expect clear skies. There is this dip, a trough of low pressure in Montana, and along with high pressure, that's why we're seeing those breezy conditions. They will die down after midnight tonight. We're going to see another mild one with our lows dropping down into the low 60s. For your Saturday, look at these clear skies all up and down the west coast. We will warm up into the low and mid 90s to kick off our weekend, and it's going up from there. As we get you into Sunday, sunny, still just clear all over the state of Washington. It's going to be hot with high temperatures in the upper 90s. Some folks, maybe in the Columbia Basin, will reach that 100-degree mark. And then as we get into into Monday and the start of our next work week, this will be the hottest day of the entire forecast. Once again, nothing but clear skies all over the western United States and nothing but hot temperatures. We will see highs right around 100 degrees. Our record Sunday is 103. Our record Monday, 99. So I think Monday will be our day if we break some records. A little breezy for Tuesday, mostly sunny, still warm. We'll see high temperatures in those mid-90s, so still well above normal before we begin to cool down on Wednesday. Little area of low pressure slides into northeast Washington. That's going to kick up some windy conditions for us on Wednesday. We'll stay with mostly sunny skies, but we will cool into the mid and upper 80s, so our temperatures finally coming back down to normal, which we will see by Thursday. We're also going to see more windy conditions on Thursday with mostly sunny skies, cooler with high temperatures then, only around 80 degrees. All right, your 7-day forecast, 61 overnight tonight. Look at some of these temperatures. 93 Saturday, 98 on Sunday. This is the day we could set a record 100 for Monday. Look at that low temperature, 70 overnight on Monday. And then the breezy winds move in. We'll cool down, if you can call it that, to 95 Tuesday. Mostly sunny and windy both Wednesday and Thursday. 87 your high Wednesday and 80 the high temperature on Thursday. And that's a look at your north central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Celebrate the class of 2025 with the NCWLIFE channel. Tune in for live coverage of Eastmont and Wenatchee ceremony Friday, June 6th, starting at 6 p.m. Coverage is sponsored by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Latimer Integrative Chiropractic and Rehab, Merry Maids, Together for Youth, Wenatchee Valley College, and Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. Join us for live coverage of Eastmont and Wenatchee's graduation Friday, June 6th on the NCWLIFE channel. Happy finally Friday. Cal Raleigh provided all the Mariner offense, but Baltimore came out on top yesterday 4-3 to complete a 3-game sweep. The Orioles scored the game's first run on a wild pitch from Brian Wu, who didn't have his usual good stuff for Seattle. Cal tied it right afterwards with an RBI single, then gave Seattle the lead with a 2-run home run, his league-leading 24th of the season. But it would not be the Northwest. It would actually be the Northwest boy coming home, Adley Rutschman, who completed an incredible welcome home series to help Baltimore with the sweep.
Late June, when the water finally gets a little bit warmer and the winds calm down. That's in the dirt. Hanley will break towards the plate. This is laced into left field. Base hit. Not a surprise. Cal Raleigh has tied this game up in the 3rd inning.
What a great at-bat by Cal Raleigh.
If I'm the Orioles, I want no part of Cal Raleigh. Well, they pitch to him, and Cal sends a moonshot to right field. It is gone! They dared him to hit it, and Cal Raleigh just connected on his major league leading 24th home run. A go-ahead skyscraper, and it's 3-1 Mariners. 0-2. Goodbye. A rocket down the right field line. Goodbye! And just like that, this game is tied on the sensational swing. An amazing series from Adley Rutschman.
I don't think he wants to leave Seattle.
His 2nd home run of the series, his 7th of the season, and it's a 3-3 game.
No.
Henderson making a bid. Tavares back at the wall, and the O's have gone back to back. A go-ahead home run by Gunnar Henderson, number 8 on the season for Gunnar.
Well, you know, we told you about the 26 and a third innings, 5th, 6th, and 7th innings, only 1 run. Well, he just put 3 on the board.
The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss to finish the ball game and cap off a 3-game series sweep in the Emerald City. Brian Baker slams the door. The Orioles use a 3-run 6th inning, going back-to-back. Adley Rutschman's homecoming was superb.
He got the game-tying home run. Gunnar Henderson the go-ahead solo home run, and the Orioles use it for a 4-3 win.
Seattle finished the homestand 3-6 after being swept. They'll try to turn things around in Anaheim tonight against the Angels. That's at 6:38 on Root Sports Northwest. Well, Seattle went into the series with Baltimore a half game in front in the American League West. Now they're a game and a half back as Houston beat Pittsburgh 8-2. Seattle remains 4 games in front of Texas after the Rangers fell to Tampa Bay 4-3. The Athletics salvaged the final game of their series with Minnesota, beating the Twins 14-3. The Angels had the day off yesterday. Well, the Seattle Seahawks are celebrating their 50th season in the NFL with the 2025 fan vote for the top 50 players of all time. Current punter Michael Dixon was selected as a specialist on the All 50 list, along with former Seahawks punter John Ryan. Dixon says he takes a lot of pride in that.
Pretty cool. You know, I haven't really taken my time here for granted at all, so it's quite an honor to be part of that.
Going on that list with John Ryan, I know you guys overlapped for that one training camp, and you've talked about like what a good mentor he was. Is it cool to see him go in at the same time?
Yeah, no, that was definitely cool. 2 punters on there.
You're kind of an old man around here now, a little bit. Has been being here as long as you are. How do you?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy going into my 8th year. I still feel like my rookie season was like a season ago. You know, I come out here and think about, you know, that rookie mini camp where I was, you know, locked in, taking it super serious. And I still feel like I'm like that today. Like I said earlier, like I haven't taken any of my time here for granted. Doing everything I can to leave here, you know, when the time comes, leave with no regrets. So I'm doing everything.
Seahawks ranked 11th overall in special teams last season in the NFL. Special teams coach Jay Harbaugh says he hopes to improve on that this season.
Yeah, it was the opportunity to reflect is, I mean, that's what we all do after the year, which is awesome. And it's, you know, it's everything in terms of the improvement, even the stuff that you feel like you did well, you with enough time, and you're really self-critical. You know, want to do even better. You know what I mean? So every phase, really regardless of how it went, you're trying to chase those improvements. Some going to be smaller than others probably, and then looking again at what you have on your roster and, hey, we have this particular player, maybe this is an area where we could do something a little bit different than we did before. So that's a kind of a different wrinkle on it, but it makes it really exciting. But yeah, the self-reflection, just the same as we ask for of the players, is a huge part of what we do as coaches too.
If you'd like to see the complete All 50 list, then head to Seahawks.com. Kelowna took advantage of 5 walks by Apple Sox starter Christian Garcia, effectively chasing him in the 3rd inning in the Falcons' 5-4 victory last night. Wenatchee closed the gap to within a run with a 3-run 7th, but could get no closer as Kelowna salvaged the final of the 3-game series. Noah Fields and Jake Sanko drove in 3 of the Apple Sox 4 runs. Wenatchee plays at Nanaimo tonight in the first of a 3-game weekend series. That starts at 6:35. You can hear the action on Sunny FM. Well, Kamloops brought 10 men to the plate in the top of the 1st inning, scoring 6 runs and going on for a 6-2 win over Bellingham. Jason Green hit a grand slam home run in the bottom of the 4th, leading Edmonton to a sweep of Victoria with a 7-1 win. Jeremy Giesig hit a 3-run home run and had 5 RBI in Port Angeles' 12-8 win over Nanaimo. Raul Fabian Jr. hit a home run for the Night Owls and had 4 RBI in the loss. Portland completed a 3-game sweep of Corvallis with 14 runs on 16 hits and a 14-0 shutout. Josh Schleichert led the way for the Pickles with 3 hits, 3 runs, and 3 RBI. Tyler Brenneman pitched 6 shutout innings to help Marion Berries win their first series in franchise history, the 6-4 win at Ridgefield. Tanner Kern was 4 for 5 with 4 runs, while Isaiah Chacon drove in 3 for Walla Walla in a 12-7 win at Yakima Valley. Bryant Starr hit a bases-loaded single in the bottom of the 9th to tie the game at 9-9, and then Springfield's Dylan Carson walked it off with an RBI single to lead the Drifters over Bend by a final of 10-9. Let's check the sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a great weekend.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at NCWLIFE.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson, and after a very emotional week here at the NCWLIFE channel, and I'm sure for you as well, thanks so much for being with us, and have a great weekend.